Happy Monday. Today I'm headed to the shop and I'm going to show you what it's like to run a 7-figure business. We're going to do a walkthrough of our entire shop. At the very end, I will tell you what it's like being a CEO and co-founder of a 7-figure business. I feel like it's worth noting that that little B-roll clip you just saw literally was my entire town that I started my home service business in. So for those of you that think you don't have a market, our town has 4,000 people in it, and we went from 0 to 6 figures in a year and a half, knowing absolutely nothing. If I were to start over today, I'd go to 0 to $500,000 my first year guaranteed. So for those of you that are in a market that you feel like maybe is saturated or there's not enough homes or not enough jobs, just come to my town and it'll completely change your whole mind. So walking into our building here, we're in a 12,000 square foot facility. We manufacture all of our own products under our roof. And as you can see, walking out into our warehouse here, our warehouse is packed full of inventory, full of product, wood, machinery. You can see here, this is our CNC machine. This machine cost over $120,000. Over there is kind of our packing station and where a lot of our boxes and inventory sit. And then walking forward here is our dust collection system. This sucks up all the sawdust and all the leftover material that, you know, is cut off the pieces of wood. Our upcut saw, also known as a chop saw. And then we have 2 table saws over here. That guy right there has been with us since day one, and I'll talk about him later, but his name's Keith, and he's our main manager at our facility that really runs our entire shop. We have Jeff and Bill over here routering wood, which is very simply just basically rounding over the edges of every board. And then this back area of our shop is our special projects and paint area. So you can see a ton of white paint there on the floor, but this paint machine here also costs about 100 grand. And it's a conveyor belt system, which we run all of our stripes and everything through, and it automatically paints products. That machine there took us from painting roughly 60 products a day to well over 700 to 800 products a day. Walking into here is where our assembly tables are. We have Devin, and everyone's assembling flags right now. We had a 3,000 flag wholesale deal that's going to Texas. And so that's what this is all about. These guys are doing flags today. That's Eric there. And then Guy over here is assembling our crosses, which are one of our best sellers, our wooden crosses, address signs there. And this is a part of that big flag deal. There's going to be 3,000 of them, so we'll get them packed up on a semi-truck and rocking and rolling. It's just one of our small wooden flags there you can see. And yeah, so that's for the most part it. These 2 tables here where you see these computers, these are our shipping tables. They're a little messy right now, but hopefully I can adjust the lighting on the camera a little bit. And you can see basically every line item there is an order that needs to be fulfilled, and this is only page 1. We have multiple pages. So this business is rocking and rolling, guys. We are running a 7-figure e-commerce brand called Brave American. And there's our CNC again, and you can kind of see over here Pat's shipping today. Pat's also another one of our core guys who's just an absolute stud. We hire only veterans, so every guy you saw there is a veteran, and so all of our products are veteran made. Back here we have metal inventory as well as kind of our products that didn't pass inspection that we will auction off to our customer base later. And so long story short, what does it mean to run a 7-figure business versus a 6-figure business? You know, I think everybody thinks there's a huge difference, but I'm going to go over the 2 main things that I have found different when running a 7-figure business versus a 6-figure business. And although what you just saw was my e-commerce brand, this translates over to my home service business. This translates over to your home service business. Doesn't matter if you clean windows, pressure wash, cut grass, you know, put new roofs on houses, whatever it is, it's all the same. And the first thing is marketing. You have to be able to get yourself to 7 figures. And in order to get yourself to 7 figures in sales, the first thing you have to do is figure out what is a marketing strategy that works for my business and is consistent every single time I do it. So if you've watched my videos for a long time, you know that I preach consistency, and Every Door Direct Mail is one of those things that we do every single month for the last God knows how many years, and it just works. We get a 0.5% return rate. We send them to the same neighborhoods every month, and that works, right? And so I know if that works, all I have to do in order to go from 50,000 in sales, 200,000 in sales, wherever you're at, right, to wherever you want to be, is reverse engineer. If I get a 0.5% return on that, then how many of those do I need to send to be able to hit the revenue goal I want to hit? So the only difference between a 6-figure versus 7-figure business is A, figuring out what that marketing plan is, making sure it's consistent and scalable, and when you figure that out, just pouring more money into it, right? And this is something you might not be able to do right away because maybe you're small, you don't have a lot of budget, but this is why I preach reinvest every profit you make into the business, except a little bit you have to pay yourself to pay your own personal bills. So the first thing that's different from a 7-figure business versus a 6-figure is just simply spending more on marketing systems that you have proven to work in your 6-figure business. The second thing that is completely different in a 7-figure business is the more revenue that you do and the more profit you make, hopefully if your business is running properly and is actually profitable, is you have more resources, more dollars to invest into people. And so that guy in that video that I said I'll talk about later, his name is Keith. He's been with us since day one. He's a veteran. And when I say day one, I mean literally the day we opened our shop. He was there with us and he hasn't left us since. And he became our warehouse manager. And his job is to make sure that that warehouse is running smoothly, that orders are being fulfilled. We make him aware of new product launches and sales that are going on. That way him and our team can get ahead on what we're doing and make sure everything on that end is working. That's why I can sit here at my home, in my home office, and do the things that I need to do to grow the business and not have to be stuck at the warehouse. Is because now, as a 7-figure business, I have the resources to pay people like him, who we pay really well, to be able to run that part of the operation. So I don't have to think at all about the manufacturing side of the business anymore. Now, does that mean I'm never there? No, I'm there. I go there once or twice a week. You know, Mitch and I, we make sure things are running smoothly. You know, we have to move parts and adjust things, but for the most part, Keith makes sure that that place runs smooth and that there's no issues. And if there are, that's when he comes to us. And so the main thing with running a 7-figure business is just simply having the resources in order to put the right people in place to free you up from doing the things you don't want to do anymore or shouldn't be doing. As a 6-figure business, we often get stuck and we often have to do things that we could technically be paying a $15 an hour employee to do, but because you don't have enough revenue and enough profit, you can't afford that yet. So at the end of the day, reinvest every single dollar that you can back into the business so you can scale revenue, so you can get more people inside of your business to take over roles that you're currently doing. And when you do that, and when those people begin to take over those roles, your business is going to explode. Trust me. The job will get done better. You as the entrepreneur and business owner will begin to love your business again, and it will just be a much smoother and much better ride. And at the end of the day, we're in business for 2 reasons: to make money and to have more freedom of our time. And so when you get to that 7-figure mark, I promise you that's what begins to happen. Keep hustling, guys. I'll see you on the next video.